In this tutorial, we're going to look at SchoolFusion's quizzes feature. With SchoolFusion, you can conduct multiple choice interactive quizzes that your students can do online at any time, in class, or you can assign it for homework outside of class. To create a quiz in SchoolFusion, you first need to log in and go to the page that you want to add the quiz to, the class that you want to add the quiz to. Take a look at the tools that you already have on your Fusion page. Look for a quizzes tool. And as we can see here, I don't have quizzes showing on my page. So that means I'm going to need to add it. So I'm going to click on Add Fusion Tool, and I'm going to go down to Quizzes. And that will add the quizzes tool to my page. Now, you may or may not have anything listed in the quizzes tool. Since I have given some previous quizzes, I do have a couple of quizzes listed here. We're going to create a new quiz from scratch. So we're going to go ahead and click on the new quiz link. And this will take us through the quiz wizard. And what we need to do is fill out this form. So we need to give the quiz a name. We can give it a description if we want to. You can set the time limit in seconds that each student has to answer the questions. Now, if the time, if you don't want it to be timed and you don't want the students to worry about answering the question within a given period of time, I would make this a big number. You need to decide how many points you will be giving for a correct answer. And you can also choose to deduct points for an incorrect answer. If you don't want to take off points for an incorrect answer, then you can just leave that set at 0. And then lastly, you can attach the quiz to multiple groups. So if you want to do the same quiz for 3 or 4 classes, you can do that here. So let's go ahead and fill in this form. Once you have the form filled in, go ahead and click Next. Now, if you have done previous quizzes in SchoolFusion, it will give you the option to select questions, to select existing questions. So every question you create in a SchoolFusion quiz will go into your question pool. And then you can reuse those same questions over and over again. So you may not get this screen. Because I've done quizzes already in SchoolFusion, it's asking me if I want to reuse these questions. So I'm going to go ahead and just create some additional questions, and we'll get to the screen that you're at. All right, we're ready to create a new question. Now you can group your questions into categories, but you can't do that right here. So right now you don't have any categories to select from. I will show you where you can do that. If you have the blue eye, if you hover over that, it will give you a tip on what that particular thing does. So in this case, it's telling us that we can select a category to add the questions to. You have a place to write your question, and you have a place to give your answers. A question must have at least 2 answers to choose from. You can add additional answers by clicking the Add Answers drop-down menu. So you can have as many as 8 choices for your question and as few as 2. Answer notes are optional, and these will display after the student has answered the question. You also have the ability to order your answers here, and if you decide you don't want that answer, you can delete it here. Make sure that you also select which answer is the correct answer so that when SchoolFusion scores the quiz, they will know which answer is correct. I've gone ahead and typed in my question, and I've given 2 answer choices. Neither of these is correct, and so I want to give them a third choice. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to add 1 answer. And that will give me a third box that I can type another name. Once you've made your choices, you need to be sure that you mark the correct answer so that SchoolFusion knows which answer is correct when it scores the quiz. And so we're going to go ahead and select this one. You can either add a question and then add another one, or you can add this question and continue. I'm going to go ahead and add this question and continue. If you want to continue adding questions, you would select Add a Question and Add Another. So once you're finished with your quiz, you will be presented with a quiz overview. And this quiz overview will tell you that the title of the quiz, so in this case it's Chapter 2, has been successfully created. The quiz is now visible on your classroom homepage. When you set it to active, all of your students can take and see this quiz. If you need help, you can click on the quiz help and that will open up SchoolFusion's help guide. Again, it's telling us that the quiz is inactive. It's giving us a summary of our quiz information. We set the time limit for 60 seconds. The correct point is 1. We aren't deducting any points if it's incorrect, and right now it's inactive. It will also tell you the quiz questions and give you the option to reorder the questions, save that order, and then also remove the question. You can create new questions, or you can add a question from the existing pool of questions if you have created quizzes already. You can also take the quiz. You can view scores here, and you can go back to the Fusion homepage. You, as the administrator, can take the quiz any number of times, but please note, once anyone takes a quiz, you can no longer edit the quiz. So you need to be sure that the quiz is correct before you take the quiz or you allow students to take the quiz, because once the quiz has been taken, you can no longer edit it. Now, you have a couple of different ways that you can activate this quiz. You can either right here where it says activate and make this quiz available by clicking here, or you can change the state from inactive to active. So I'm going to click the inactive link, and that will activate my quiz. So now I can see that the state of the quiz is active. So if I go back to my Fusion homepage, we will see in my quizzes, here is the Chapter 2 quiz that I just created. Remember, the pencil will allow you to edit the quiz. The red X allows you to delete the quiz. From the teacher side, you can deactivate the quiz from here, and you can also see the quiz scores. In another tutorial, I'm going to show you what it looks like when you take a quiz, and then I will also show you how SchoolFusion scores the quiz.